I've never been in such a diverse people, not in their opinions, as I have with this group here. Even when in my church we don't have diverse opinions like we have here. This is the first time I've ever seen so much different diverse, and it's great.
Great, great. And speak to each other. Don't speak to me and Robin. Okay, Rod?
Oh. No, I just want to kind of repeat his. It's really been great because even if there's no right or wrong in this whole process, once you figure that out, when you first come in, you start, no, I'm this way, I'm that way. But when you go to no one's really right or wrong. It's an opinion. That's what we were here for, is to weed everything out and come up with either we're for it or we're against it. And everybody was really respectful out of the whole group. So
Thank you.
I really appreciate that.
It's so easy in everything politically related to have it become us versus them. And I think something that's just been so valuable about this process is that we got to see the two sides. We got to see, people presenting information to all of us. And, and all of a sudden it wasn't just, them and their ideas. It's like, okay, this is what this person's presenting. And then on top of that, then, we have our group with very, as Frank pointed out, diverse perspectives. And it's just it's always so important to keep the human element that, it's not necessarily right versus wrong. It's, how can we help, how can we do what's best for everyone? And it's always so nice to be able to put faces and not just the us versus them.
And this experience was pretty terrifying for me to talk in front of a large group. I usually don't have that kind of experience to do that. But it's been a very good learning experience. I gradually feel more comfortable with you as I know you a little bit more. And I like the way we learn to agree to disagree when we have different point of views, and I think it's a valuable experience for me into talking to people and have different point of view, different backgrounds, different age groups, and it's very valuable for me, and it's immense time I really value. Thank you.
Well, I decided to come down here because I thought it would be something different rather than sitting at home and helping the wife watch television. So. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've enjoyed meeting all the people, and I think it's been a very interesting life experience.
I would agree. I am, in this world where we can't talk about politics, I can't talk about politics at work, I can't talk about politics at home, because everybody gets too uptight and everybody, it doesn't really matter. You just can't. So it's really been enlightening to be here and discuss the issues intelligently back and forth and hear what both sides are. Why do they believe that way? What inspired them to think that way? It's been very interesting to watch how that goes, and I really am thankful that we were able to do this because it is about the people. And I've always, we need to come together on a lot of issues. And this is a great example of how we can discuss that and respect each other's opinions and come to some agreement.
She pretty much said everything I was thinking, so I'm going to just leave it at that.
Yeah, I enjoyed this, and one thing that, the main thing that I really enjoyed was the respect and the kindness for each other.
That was my main thing too. Everyone treated each other with respect. There was no people getting all hot-headed and yeah. It was nice meeting each and every one of you guys, and it was a good experience for me as well.
Well, I kind of expected conflict, didn't get any conflict. So I'd like to just say two things. Being in the learning mode, that reinforcement for us all the time was really helpful. And then I really loved the fact that you said, just remember, everyone's trying to do the right thing. Everyone's trying their best to do the right thing. I felt like you gave us great dignity. And I think we got an unintended consequence.
I'm just glad that I got to experience this with everybody else that was here, and I got to meet everybody as well.
I think midway through this process, I thought this process is just too much.
And then I found writing at the last, I felt like the process was what I enjoyed most, because again, we were so respectful toward one another. We'd been trained, properly, and going through the dot voting and all of that just seemed so right. And we could agree to disagree. And again, I agree with Frank. We had a ton of different diverse backgrounds, people, and the process was just really a good process to come to some statement. So I thought the process was excellent.
Well, you guys, I found faith in the regular Joe voter, because every single one of you guys has a brain, you know what you're talking about, and the fact that we were respected and that agreed to disagree was awesome. And now that I know there's 22 other people here, that we can go out there and hopefully maybe have some conversations, and we've learned some skills to be able to do that with our fellow human beings out there, that we've learned the skills to agree to disagree. Because that's what I think, especially in the way America is right now, in the voting, the national election, it's getting crazy. And actually, I enjoyed that too. I got to spend a week without national politics.